Hey guys, so this video is about the Lost Creators Academy from Christian LeBlanc. We both joined about a week ago. Yeah, this is Robbie. If you don't know him, I think you don't know him. Like, he's a bit on Instagram. What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm lost. That's why I'm in the Creators Academy.
So, what did you do so far? Like, I know you did a bit on Instagram and YouTube. Just like, tell us a bit what you're doing.
Sorry.
It's
What did
okay.
you want me to explain?
It's actually quite interesting because like when you follow my channel for a while, you know that like I know a lot of all the technical stuff, like how to shoot videos, how to make it cinematic looking and so on. So I actually joined the Lost Creators Academy because I wanted to know a bit more about the business sides regarding travel agencies and so on, how to get clients, and of course also how I can grow my channel even further, because I feel like I'm a bit stuck. It's still growing pretty good, but it could be more, I feel, and I also want to look for ways to improve my videos. And for him, it's actually different because he is not that experienced with cameras and all the technical stuff. So that's why I think it's actually a good review here, because we have like two viewing angles of the Creators Academy. So yeah, just tell us a bit about, like, you already had like not really big YouTube channel, just a few hundred subscribers, but what did you do so far?
So far I'm not trying to build a YouTube channel I'm on a different perspective as Pascal. So I'm trying to start basically from scratch. I will have a YouTube channel, but it's not even started yet. But I'm in this course to try and learn about everything that I can learn about like photography, video editing, as well as the social media, and like how to promote yourself, how to build a brand. But I'm a lot more, what would you call it? Like a lot more simple. Yeah, a lot more at a beginner level than Pascal here.
What was your first try on YouTube? I actually found it pretty cool.
My first video?
Yeah, like the truck thing. And
oh, okay. So I had this, and it was again just with a GoPro. I had a head mount, and I was basically driving a truck through Yukon and Alaska, and it's just my point of view looking out the windows. And a lot of people loved that video. It's super simple. It's nothing to it. No like microphones or nothing. It was great. Everybody loved it.
yeah, simple, but well, driving truck in Alaska is not really a bad job. At least you see something nice. Yeah, so let's start with why did we join? Like I already explained basically why I joined, but why did you join? Like what made you interested?
Honestly, what did it for me is I quit my job and I was forcing myself to do anything else. And what I'm interested in is photography, and I want to get more into videoing and editing. And I think this is probably the course for me. I've already learned actually quite a bit from Christian and Pascal here, just by watching him work. So that's the main reason for me why I've joined.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's interesting. And like, what did you watch so far from the academy? Like, I know you didn't watch all videos, but you watched quite a bit, I think.
Yeah, I've got about 50% done, 55%. I watched all of the basics videos, and then I skipped the photography and videoing. I wanted to see what Christian was telling us about the business end of things, and as well as the social end of things, like how you may land contracts. I just wanted to see like what he was saying about that. And then once I've watched those videos, then I'm gonna go back and watch the photography and video editing videos and see what he says about that.
Okay, actually, I think it's the wrong way to do it.
I know.
I think it's better to first build skills and then read about it.
I'm gonna just say I just started with the basics.
Yeah, but I can understand it, because like the business part of things and how to grow a channel it sounds a bit more interesting to many people than like learning all the technical stuff about cameras. But did you already watch some of the videos?
Yes, I've watched the video about the camera, the gear video. It's about an hour long, but yeah, I've kind of like skipped through that one. But what were you saying before?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm lost.
You're lost. Yeah. Okay. Well, I can like talk about me. I already watched about 100%, but I also skipped through some videos, that especially when it comes to like color grading and a lot of like technical videos, because they obviously know a lot of the stuff already, so I just skipped through. but I got a bit deeper into the business videos, and like it's like about how to write proposals and so on, and how to like approach clients. So that's pretty interesting. And also like what's important on Instagram right now, and how to grow YouTube. I mean, YouTube growth I already know, like not all but most of the stuff, so that was quite interesting. And especially the business part was pretty interesting. I run a web design agency. That's actually why I can travel so much. So I already know a bit about like how to win clients and how to talk to them, how to price yourself and so on. But I would say like the way how I did it before, like I built a client base through Upwork and word of mouth. So it was a pretty different game than you would have to do when you like want to do with companies in the tourist industry, in the travel industry. I mean, I already work with companies in the travel industry. I shoot videos for a backpacking company, and I have some charities that I'm also working with. Like actually in 3 weeks, I think there comes a very nice project. But this was mostly that they saw some videos of myself, like travel videos that I did, and they approached me. So it was not really that I reached out so much to companies, at least when it comes to videos. So that's why it was actually quite interesting for me to see how it works in that niche. And yeah, I think Christian does a very good job there explaining that. Yeah. So what was your impression so far?
My impression of the course so far has actually been it's very informative. Like there's so many videos you can watch on YouTube about how to grow a brand or how to improve your photography, but the way that Christian explains it in the course is totally different. It's unlike any other YouTube video that I've seen so far. It's giving away too much. Yeah, I've learned quite a bit. I've learned quite a bit actually.
Yeah, you mentioned that like that he does it a bit differently. Like in other courses I experienced it like it's like very much business language there. It sounds like very salesy and so on. How you learn it, but in the Creators Academy, Christian actually explains that in a pretty natural way, and I like how that comes over, because then you don't really feel like a salesperson when you hit someone up. It's more like coming natural. How can I provide value and so on. That's very cool how he did that. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I also watched color grading videos and video editing, even if I skipped a lot through it. I must also say, if I would be a beginner now, I would say it covers pretty much everything. It's covered how to do transitions, effects, how to really edit your video, like how to put clips together. I think that's pretty important, because if you put your clips together in the wrong way, then the video will never come out good, even if you have the most fancy transitions ever. So yeah, it's important to learn about that. There's actually only one thing that I really didn't like or didn't really agree with, I would say, from my side, and that is in the color grading part, he like clips the highlights constantly, and I was like, okay, I personally would never do that. It's not necessarily wrong, because well, his final results look good, people like his colors, so there's nothing really wrong with that. But just from like being technically correct, like I would personally do it differently. Like that's actually the only thing that I must say that I didn't like about it, but it's like more a personal thing. And I must actually say that for beginners, it's probably easier to do it like that, to sometimes clip the highlights, because it's just easier to get started. But later you should, I think, avoid doing that. That's actually my only complaint so far. So what do you say? Like, what did you like and not like about the Creators Academy?
So far, there's not too much I didn't like, but the one thing I do wish one thing I do wish that he would have improved on is what am I trying to say here? I'll start over. One thing I do wish that he would have improved on is putting timestamps in the videos. So if you wanted to skip to a certain part in the video, then you can just click that time, say it's for a camera or whatever in his equipment video, then you can just skip to that camera or skip to that drone and just see what he says about that. But I mean,
That's true.
other than that, no, it's not too much negative that I can think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even negative. It's just like room for improvement.
Yeah.
But I must actually say, like, at least in the videos, he put the headlines, like the titles that he's talking about the topic, in the bottom left corner all the time, so you can just skip through it and you see what he's talking about. So I find that quite helpful. I had other courses before that actually were even more expensive, and that was not like that. You have to look all the time and listen to everything until you find the stuff that you want to learn about right now. So yeah, it's true what you say. I think you could even like make it better by like at least writing the timestamps under it. But already the way how he does it is not bad. Like it's
Yeah.
definitely easier to find stuff than in other courses that I did.
Yeah. And what about you? What have you liked about the course? Like, what have you found that you've got the most value from?
Most value so far for me is, of course, the proposal writing. I actually have a project coming up soon in the Indian Himalayas that will be very interesting, I think. And it will be that we basically get a free trip already. Like I could manage to do that, but of course it would be better to also like make a profit out of that so that I can invest in gear for that trip. And that's why I want to contact sponsors, and I would say that the email templates, the proposals really help me a lot to get in contact with companies that might be interested in that and now to offer value. So that's most valuable for me so far. Yeah, but it was quite interesting overall to see how other like more successful people do everything, how they do business, how they manage their YouTube channel, and how they edit their videos and so on. So it's overall, even if I already know a lot of stuff technically, it's nice to see how other people do it that are more successful. It gives you the feeling that you know you're on the right path.
Yeah, like there's no one right way to do something, like for the email templates, for example. But I'd say that for me is probably the most important bit of the course that I've learned so far is from his email templates. How does he describe himself to a client, a potential client? Sorry.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'll start that over. I'll say that.
How does it feel to be the first time really in front of the camera talking?
You're nervous. Like you don't.
Yeah.
Your voice when I'm gonna watch this back again, my voice is gonna be like, that's what I sound like. Like
Yeah.
I'm new to vlogging. I'm new to having myself on camera, so it's not natural to me. But I mean, it's only been a week, and I've already noticed a bit of an improvement. So.
Yeah, it was really good. It was very hard for me actually. I started vlogging or like talking to the camera in German, and then some people that I met on my travels asked me if I can do that in English. That's why I actually switched to English, and it's still hard for me. Like sometimes I just don't know the right vocabulary, and then I have to think about it. But yeah, I would say overall my English actually improved a lot just by talking in front of the camera, because I hear it later and I hear what I do wrong. For example, I'm from Germany, so you probably hear it already. So for us, it's pretty hard to speak the TH in English. And when I hear that all constantly, then it actually makes it possible for me to improve. So yeah, I actually think that talking in the camera and seeing the videos, reviewing it later can help you a lot to be better at speaking, like openly, public speaking,
Yeah.
or however you call it. Yeah, that was vocabulary right now that was missing.
No, but even for me too, like I'm probably doing it right now, but I noticed I usually talk in a monotone voice. That's just how I talk. But I've watched Christian's video about like expressing yourself, and even with your hands, your movements, your
Yeah.
like that, right? Like
Absolutely.
I've noticed, okay, like I can fix that. I'll watch one of my videos back over again, and I'm like, oh, no, I didn't like that. I'll fix that next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was actually one thing that I liked about it, course, but it was more a surprise, and that's the price actually. Like the price might sound still expensive for many people, but to be honest, when he did his product launch, I expected it to be like $1,000, probably even more. Like I've seen courses for $2,000 actually by quite famous people. So when I then saw that it's actually, what is the like full price? Like I was in the 15% off time, like in the first 48 hours there I paid like $670, $680,
Yeah.
something like that. So it's definitely not cheap, but it's much cheaper than I thought it will be. I think it should be about $800 right now. I
think so.
Right, yeah. So I think this, yeah, it really surprised me. Like it's definitely not a bad price.
Yeah, it took me about, it didn't take long. It only took me about 10 minutes to, I didn't know what the price was going to be, but it took me about 10 minutes to be like, do I want this or not? And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it, because there's so many YouTube videos that you can watch on how to learn something, but this is an actual course. This is not something that you can just watch a YouTube video and be like, oh, I don't need this course. And this is actually good information. And it's not just one, like block of videos. This is also a community. That's how I met Pascal a couple weeks ago, or a week ago.
Community is the most important thing in such courses.
Yeah, and it's just help, like me going out with him today. We shot a video, and I learned a lot even just from him because of this course, because of this group, and because of the community that Christian has built.
Yeah, that's definitely great. Actually, it took me a bit longer to sign up. Like I was really looking, because I'm saving for lenses right now. I actually want to get the 24 to 70 millimeter RF, and probably also the 70 to 200, and then the new R5 camera is coming out and so on. Like, yeah, I was really thinking twice about buying the course, but then I did it, and yeah, I don't regret it so far. And yeah, this is actually one thing that you already talked about, is the community aspect. Like, to be honest, if it would only be the course, I wouldn't have joined, because I already know from past experiences, from other courses that I joined, that the community is actually so important. Because at first, even if the course is good, every individual person has different problems or something that they don't understand, or and like the instructor, in that case Christian, he cannot know all of that stuff. So there needs to be an opportunity to talk to the instructors and get direct feedback, and this should be based on your implementation. So you watch the course, you try something out, then you're stuck there, you just don't know what to do, you can ask questions, you get feedback. That's how it works. And apart from that, the community is also great because people push each other. Like, it's actually a lot of energy in that group. Like, I think we're 400 people or even more already.
That many already?
Yeah, like last time when I watched it was 390 people, so that's pretty good. Probably even too much. And I mean, it's great to have so many people that all want to achieve the same, so you can give each other tips, you can give feedback, because the instructors, for example, they wouldn't be able to go through all the videos that 400 people publish. But by publishing the videos in the group, we also created some groups on Instagram and so on. Then other people watch your videos, they can give you feedback as well, so that works pretty good. And as you already mentioned, it's great to meet people from the group as well, because when let's say I write in a random Facebook group when I travel to a country, like, who is there and does anyone collaborate with me, shoot some videos, then you never know what kind of person it is. Probably a person that is not really ambitious, that doesn't really want to achieve anything. But in this group, hey, all of them paid at least like $670 or even $800 to just be there and learn a lot of stuff. So these are ambitious people that want to achieve something, and it's a lot more fun to go out with people that want the same. So I think that's pretty valuable. And so we had a lot of fun outside. It was a great shooting. So,
it was great. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
And I know, like, when I travel to another country, I can just write in the group, hey, someone there, should we do a collab? And that works. So I think it's a huge value of the course to have this community.
Yeah.
So maybe you have something to add, or?
I'm sure I do. I just don't know what it is at this moment.
Yeah, that's sometimes a problem. Like, we don't really have a real script. We just thought about some questions that we can ask you.
Yeah.
Answer. No, I think we covered everything already. And yeah, let's maybe just talk quickly about the future. So, like, my next steps that I want to take on that platform is to, like, improve my videos. I want to vlog a bit more, to, like, make my videos more interesting instead of just sitting in front of the camera and, like, talk down. It's a bit boring, right? And like, actually the shoot that we did today, that was already pretty good. And apart from that, I also try to do a bit more business, like contact more companies and so on. So what about you? What will be your next steps?
And for me, it'll be improving my videography and expanding my YouTube channel. I'd like to not become like a famous YouTuber per se, but I'd like to be able to get... No, exactly. I'd like to be able to work independently. Like, I want to be location independent. That's like my main goal of doing this whole course. So I'm sure I can get there. I just need to see what everybody else is saying and learn from them and learn from their mistakes.
I actually think that only becoming location independent, it's probably not the best thing to do, because you still have to be on set to film for other people. You can use the same strategies to maybe get video editing clients and so on. Like, that's definitely location independent. But I think it's more like having the freedom to, like, travel to companies, maybe travel to companies, travel to countries and ask companies before if they would probably give you a trip for free, or you even get paid to do that. So that's definitely a great way. But I think like 100% location independence, it's probably a bit not really the best way to do that. It's better to become a freelancer with maybe web design, Facebook ads, or something like that. It's even more freedom. But I would also say that being a web designer, freelancer, like in some like digital stuff, is not as fun as shooting videos. So I personally, I love to have fun while I work.
Yeah, and I guess what I mean by like location independence is I don't want to be in my small town in British Columbia and go to work every day and come home every day. Like I want to be able to.
I would love to be in your town in British Columbia, but I wouldn't want to work every day.
It's nice in Asia. It's nice and warm this time of the year. But no, like if I can, let's
I
say,
just haven't been to Canada yet. So.
let's say I work in Taiwan for a client or something, and then go to Phuket and work there as well. And stay there for a while and work. That's basically what I mean by location independence.
Yeah, that's a lot more fun than doing other stuff.
And,
yeah. So and like so you want to grow your YouTube as well. So how can people find you?
My channel name is Unboxed Adventures, and my Instagram is unboxed.adventures.
So I will just leave the links to that in the description below. So maybe it's interesting for you to see how he does now and how he performs maybe in 3 or 6 months from now. I think it will be a huge difference. So yeah, subscribe to his channel and his Instagram and just see his progress if that's interesting for you. And apart from that, another good way to learn travel filmmaking and so on is by following my channel. I teach you every week how to shoot travel videos. So if that's interesting for you, consider subscribing and ring the bell to get notified. I think that's it for today, yeah?
I think so.
Yeah, see you in the next video.